It's September 15th, 2000.
July 4th, 2000.
No, it's July 4th, 2001.
Actually, no, it's July 17th.
Okay, guys, stop. No, didn't we do this already?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But then that must mean...
Iceberg! Ah!
They irritate the irritated, flex perplexities, poise puzzles, magnify mysteries, impose inquiries, and coagulate quandaries. But more importantly, they ask one question.
Why would you make this?
All right, hello everyone, and welcome. Thank you for listening. This is Why Would You Make This, the only podcast to have an overwhelming sense of deja vu, but then we still make the same mistakes by asking the question, why would you make this? I'm joined by... Oh, actually, you know what? No. Delta, give me a beat.
No.
God damn it. Okay. Ba-cha, boom, ba-cha, boom, ba-cha, boom, ba-cha. My name's Jimmy Time, and I'm joined today by my man, Danny Money, and he's here to say, I'm doing okay. How you doing, Mr. Money?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, he is. Boom, cha. Up next is Jay Delta, and he's no fool. When this podcast is over, he teaches kids in school.
I mean, I don't really do that yet.
He teaches kids in school. Boom, cha, cha, boom, cha, cha. Okay.
All right.
Good. I'm glad we're all here. We're all doing fine. Great. Good. Wonderful. Let's get lost in translation. Just to make sure we all watched Titanic, right? The Legend Goes On.
Oh, The Legend Goes On.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not The Legend Continues or whatever the last one was, the animated classic.
I mean, maybe it kind of was.
Yeah, I mean, it
wasn't
felt very similar.
It did feel very similar, to be honest with you. Yeah, incredibly similar. So, originally, apparently, the film was called Titanic-The Legend Continues.
Which I don't understand at all. I don't even understand The Legend Goes On. Like, am I supposed to think this is a sequel to the DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Was it supposed to be the same story or like an alternate universe B story?
Oh, alternate
Is
universe.
that- But how does it go? Why does it go on? Regardless if it's the real or the fake, that sets up an idea of perpetual. They just live in like a Groundhog's Day of Titanic hell. Just every couple of days, a ship goes down, they crash, everybody dies.
Just once a day. Well, Titanic again. You know.
That did all happen like in a day, didn't it? In this movie, like was there? I don't really know.
I think they did the same thing like in the other one when they showed the ship. It was supposed to be the change.
Okay, yeah.
Change of
I'm
days.
glad you
yeah.
noticed it. And I didn't.
Were they the same exact shots?
Probably.
Because it felt like the same 3D shitty outside ship shots.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Like, let's go back to getting lost in translation. France and Russia also called it Titanic: The Legend Continues. This is a big problem for anybody who's going to try to find it. Obviously, the original title was Titanic: The Legend Continues, but also there were worldwide English titles of Titanic: The Animated Musical and Titanic: The Legend Goes On. So that's 3 different names we have for it already.
Can you call a movie that just has 3 songs a musical?
They did it once before. Like the one before this was a musical and it had like 2 or 3.
They consider that one a musical?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah.
So all it has to do is have a character singing. It's a musical.
Yeah, that's basically it.
So Captain America, the First Avenger, is a musical.
Sure.
There's a musical number in it, so it's a musical.
I guess.
All right.
Okay. We'll take your word for it. In Canada, they had 2 titles themselves. I don't know why you have 2 titles. I mean, different language, but it's the same place. So you could have it. No, it's the same title, basically. It's the same title, basically. It's Titanic, the animated film, or the animated movie. But there is a distinction, apparently.
Yeah.
Of course, we get into the end where it gets wonky. Poland, they call it, I think it's a little more, like, on point, I guess, based on the story, which is Poland calls it Titanic, the end of a legend.
Yeah, I mean...
Sort of, I guess. I mean, it's... The Titanic itself is, the legendary ship of the Titanic. It could never sink, except it did.
Yeah.
And that's the end of that legend.
It's
real
the
quick.
unsinkable.
Yeah, we put that legend to rest real quick. And finally, despite this being an Italian film, there was an alternate title in Italy, which was Titanic: A Million and One Stories, or because A Million and One Stories is a very famous other story, it's just called Titanic: Arabian History or Titanic: Arabian Nights.
Strange.
All right. Craziest. I don't get language at all. But I really doubt any of what we just said is going to make any sense as to why it made what it made, if it made anything at all.
If I could have found anything.
Damn, missed the money. You didn't find anything?
No, because again, this is an animated movie that came out on DVD.
Yeah.
So I couldn't find any of those domestic sales and things like that.
It doesn't seem like too many people cared for it at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I gotta wonder, with movies like this, and you guys have seen like the shit on Netflix or Amazon, like Transmorphers or like Jurassic Place, like movies like, do these only come out in the hopes that like fucking grandma accidentally buys the wrong thing?
Yeah, they have to.
Like that's their entire marketing scheme, right? Like, ooh, hopefully they accidentally buy our movie.
Well, especially in this movie where it seems like they got a whole bunch of maybe fired Disney artists, because a lot of the characters reminded me of characters in Disney movies.
I don't know if you think it's a fired artist to just steal like the likeness.
Yeah.
You just draw a character that looks like something.
Yeah, I mean they might have like tried to really fucking rip Disney's designs, but then I'm pretty sure most of the animators were like full on drunk making this. The animation I thought was awful.
It was
like worse than the last. Like the other one was like, oh okay, this looks like a fucking decent, movie. And this one was like, wow, this is
the first one. It seems like they drew it and then went, well, what's the best cell we have to match that?
Yeah.
This one, it looks like they animated it and then went, wow, let's just play every scene slower to draw the film out, and we'll speed it up here and. All right, so I mean, there's not too much. I know this is pretty much our job, but there's not too much information on this film we can find. But let's go ahead and get to at least our favorite hour, the Troy McClure hour.
yeah.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You'll recognize me from such loosely adapted stories as Cowboys and Indians, The First Thanksgiving. Oh, I have to stop. I think I did this one already. Oh my God, an iceberg! Ah! Iceberg is out for blood, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, he's getting around.
Well, actually, it's not, because nobody died in this.
Well, one person might have died or just vanished.
Yeah.
We'll get to it when we get to it. Lisa Russo plays Angelica, and apparently she's only worked once every 5 years from 1995 to 2005, so 3 times.
Yeah.
And that's it, yeah. Next we have Mark Thompson Ashworth. He plays William. He is mostly a dialogue coach, but I want to point out that he was a dialogue coach on Titanic: Blood and Steel in 2012.
What is Titanic: Blood and Steel?
It's just like a mini-series, like a live-action mini-series. Blood and Steel, pretty much like an HBO. It's not HBO, but that type of...
Is it like about the making of the Titanic and like all the Irishmen who died making it?
I don't know, I'm guessing the whole thing.
Okay.
It's also worth pointing out that he was a dialogue coach for the movie Anita B., which one of the stars of the last Titanic movie we did was in that movie, so that's how they connected into this. The big connection of them all, Gregory Snegoff, who you may remember as Fritz the Rapping Dog in this film, played Everard Maltravers in the other Titanic movie.
No fucking way.
Yeah, he played the main villain in the other film we watched. Yeah, absolutely crazy. And then the one guy I just wanted to mention, which is Mickey Knox, who played Special Detective Sam Bradbury. You actually might recognize him as Skinner in the 1948 movie I Walk Alone. I forget who that had in, like Peter Fonda or somebody like that.
Nope.
It had somebody famous in it. Jeter in the 1960 G.I. Blues, which is an Elvis movie. You might recognize him in an Elvis movie, or you might recognize him as Marty Parisi in The Godfather 3. I mean, he may not be famous, but he's in parts. He's
had
parts.
bit parts in things.
Exactly. Yeah, that you understand the sentence. I don't have to finish it.
Yes.
You can see the full cast and crew at imdb.com, but I'm going to warn you, they've all done one thing in their career. Like, I pretty much listed the A players there. All right, is there anything you guys want to mention before we start? No?
I pretty much brought it up, but holy shit, the animation in this
I mean,
is...
we can start right now.
Yeah, it's
Boom.
fucking god-awful. And we'll get into it. Like, not only is the animation bad, but nothing happens in this film. Nothing. It's pointless. I mean, yeah, the Titanic sinks because it's a Titanic movie, but really, nothing happens, and they're like, well, how can we stretch this nothing out? I know, with fucking, whoa, we're gonna trip and fall and...
Yeah, I don't know the historical, actual historical story of the Titanic, but I have to presume that this is probably pretty accurate. I mean, these guys were just on a boat trip to another country. They weren't gonna plan a heist. They were just going to hang out and go, want to go to dance? Yeah, you want to go eat some food on the deck? Like, it's just a vacation boat for them.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be doing anything important. Like,
No.
So it's probably really accurate considering.
Yeah, I mean, like, you watch the first Titanic movie, like, or the James Cameron Titanic movie, and it's like, oh, the only reason it's interesting because Leonardo DiCaprio falls in love with the blah, blah, blah woman.
I want to say Kate Bosworth.
Yeah,
Kate Winslet.
and draws her naked, and then they bang in the car, and then everything's happy until it's not.
I don't know why. I saw a picture, like, they'll paint me like your French girl, that scene. I saw that sideways, and I was like, I get it. It's not even a joke, and I get it. Because the ship goes sideways, and it's sideways. Wasn't even a real joke. I was like, I get it, guys. I get it. All right, so the film opens on what I perceive to be a German slave ship.
Correct.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
good.
See, the funny thing is in the version that I saw, didn't see this part, just cut it right into the credits and, like, what is it, like a sunset, I guess it is? It was, while the credits were playing to the start of the movie. So, I have no idea anything about this German ship that you guys are talking about.
All right, now I'm worried that you watched the wrong film.
No, because I continued reading on, and it continues. So I think the version that I saw on YouTube, just for some reason,
Cut out the flashback in the beginning.
Exactly.
I'm sure that's a better story that way.
Wait, the version you guys watched didn't open with, like, a grandfather mouse telling a story to his...
We already did that.
Oh, we did that
Yeah,
one. We did that one. That was the last time.
Yeah, I know. It's a horrible flashback we're all having right now, but... Okay, so a girl and boy sadly row a ship as Disney stereotypes look on towards another sinking ship. The main ship, which we're all going to presume is the Titanic at this point, it breaks in half and sinks under the ocean, and everyone either cries or laughs. I'm not really sure.
Can't really tell.
Yeah, it's really hard to gauge emotion. The rowing girl suddenly has like a horrible acid flashback, and we go to the start of the film, which it's her on a train, and she's looking at a locket, which I guess it's an important plot point of some sort.
See, at first I was like, wait, are they really stealing the heart of the ocean bit from the film?
Yeah, it seems like they stole a lot of stuff from a lot of films.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately they don't, but the second they saw that locket, I'm like, holy shit, this is the animated James Cameron.
Yeah. I mean, if we don't count the Disney boat, which is a flashback, and now we're forward in time in the story, which is that's a weird like time problem there. But I guess if the locket's the first thing they steal, then it keeps going right in, because then the bad guys from Cinderella show up.
Yes.
And they're like, why are you thinking about your family, you dumb orphan? That's never going to happen. And then we follow a seagull for some reason. And it flies to the Titanic. Oh, yeah. I mean, as usual, I watched the movie a long time ago. Not like a week ago. Not a long time.
Okay.
Eons ago! No. I watched the movie like a week ago, so I'm a little disconnected with how I felt. But apparently, I was very confused at this point, and I wasn't sure if this was before the crash or after the crash. Is this a second Titanic we're seeing? Because it's The Legend Goes On, so I thought it was like, oh no, the crash. Oh.
Might as well try again. They hit the same iceberg.
Well, wasn't there a Titanic too? Didn't they make a second ship? Now that I think about it, yeah, I think they might have made like a.
Boy. You know what? I want to sit here and yell at them like that's dumb, but we're building like another tower right in the Twin Towers place.
Yeah.
Same height, like just.
No, it's taller this time.
Oh, good. That was the problem.
But there's only one this time, not two.
Oh, So, like, there's no double vision.
Yes.
Or there is double vision, and they don't know which one. That was the problem. Is there all the people... I don't want to get this dark. Never mind. Let's move on. No.
You fucking...
You let me. I had to stop myself.
I wanted to see how far you'd go.
I was going right to the second tower.
Oh, boy. Oh, no.
I told you to stop, and you dragged me back in. So we get to the docks, and people board the ship, animals board the ship, everyone waves goodbye. I will say that compared to the first movie that we saw, I will say that it's nice that this ship has like an actual, animals this way.
Yeah,
like
it's
you
not...
all take this.
Yeah.
They all wave goodbye. I was like, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. The ship doesn't take off. There's still people getting on.
Yeah.
Cruella de Vil shows up with her henchmen. The Cinderella villains show up with the main girl again. Some weird old guy shows up, and he's a famous banker. We see a mouse and his family. A woman shows up with a 101 Dalmatian dogs. Gaston shows up, and he's like, oh, you dropped this? No. He shows up, and he's like, oh, I found this locket. Yeah, it's mine now. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Because the lead girl dropped, like, the box. And was in,
she drops the box, and then behind the box, the mouse is hiding. She's like, oh, and the mouse is like, wow, she's really nice to animals. That's great, guy. Which, like,
no, I think you mixed that up. He is all behind her when he gets his tail stuck, and she gives him bread.
That's later on.
On. But when she first drops the box,
now, yeah.
the fucking idiot's just standing behind it. She picks it up. He's like, oh, and she's like, and then just leaves. And he's like, wow, she's so nice to animals.
All right, I still have characters to introduce.
Oh,
so let's get back to it. There's still characters to introduce. A detective shows up. Oh, no, excuse me. I have to go back. Oh, yeah, we go to the animals, and a crow steals a gold-ish pin from a mouse in a green hat. So that happens. Then Mexican mice board the same ship, and then the crow's like, I play bongos, let me join your band. And that's, so they have a story now? No, they don't. We don't ever see them again.
One of those mice is legitimately a straight-up fucking carbon copy of Speedy Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah.
Cousin, was it? You remember he had the cousin, like
Slowpoke, yeah.
Gonzalez? Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking the same exact.
Well, if you steal the B character, nobody's going to sue you.
Oh, that's the key.
That's what it is.
You steal the fucking guy in the background.
You don't kick in the door with Ronald McDonald. No, you show up with like the Fry-later guys, the Fry guys.
Grimace is too high.
He's
up.
too high up.
Yeah.
He's like the only purple dude that anyone like. Name a second purple dude. Done.
Yeah.
One. Yeah, it's
Barney, go.
No, in the McDonald's.
Oh, see,
Play
we didn't
World.
specify. You just say name a purple dude.
I'm still upset that nobody has pointed out me. Like I'm. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, but I'm still thinking the McDonald's like Fun Brigade.
I just wanted to hear my own name. That was what that was about.
All right, Jimmy Time, purple guy.
Dun, 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 dun. Where's my glasses? Well, it's the CSI, right?
Sure.
So yeah, that's after the crow joins the band. We go back to the human side. There's more characters, guys. Calm down. There's more characters. A detective shows up and he's like, "Oh, I'm here to help everybody." And he meets an old lady that owns a copper mine.
Yes.
And the captain. And I'm here to catch a thief of some sort.
He's boarding late on purpose.
Very late because the ship takes off immediately after he finishes that sentence.
What I don't understand.
Well, the ship was taking off even before he even got on the ship. He had to jump onto it.
That's true. He had to make the jump.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
But he's an
But it still sits there while he gets up inside. And he's like, "Well, I'm here. Let's have a small conversation."
I like the fact that he's supposed to be like an undercover detective, and he's dressed like fucking Sherlock Holmes.
Oh yeah,
that's like no one will realize I'm
he's
a detective.
so detective-like.
Yeah.
He couldn't possibly be an actual detective.
Yeah, two things. How did so many thieves get on this ship? Because I feel like every other character is a thief of some sort.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't going to mention it until whenever it was I mentioned it in my notes. But yeah, the Titanic is riddled with talking animals and just villains.
Yeah.
Villains and talking animals. It's
and a fake detective that doesn't do anything?
Literally does nothing. Never solves any...
I mean, you got to admit, he constantly changes costumes.
Okay.
He does do that.
All right. So he's a master of disguise and nothing more.
Yeah.
Does that make you a detective? Like, if I just start dressing up in different costumes, I'm like, I'm a detective. Legally, look at my card, detective.
Yeah, I think that's what that Dana Carvey movie was about, right? Who the detective the whole time. It was words. Lots of words. So the ship leaves port, and we see men shoveling coal into the ships. I literally forgot that was how things used to like work. It's like, you need to just start a fire, and I was like, why are they why don't they get a better job? That was my thought. So the ship, it takes off, and in the ship, and we get right into it. The evil stepsister family, the evil step family. They're like, what? How come our clothes? They're not packed right. And they have holes. Like, how do you unpack your clothes? How do you pack your clothes so wrongly that when you open it, they just rip?
You pack it with a moth.
No, you pack your knives and your clothes together accidentally.
See, I'm going with this guy. If you would have said, like, a knife-juggling moth, I would have been with you. But the knife thing really hooked me. The evil step people call for the main girl, and we learn, if we haven't already, her name is Angelica. She's down in 3rd class, and she notices her locket is missing. She goes up to 1st class. They yell at her for not packing things right. They knock some shit over her. They go, clean that up, clean our clothes. Also, there's a party that's happening, and you can't come to it. They should have just, they should have just pissed on her, at that point.
I do like the fact that she notices her locket's missing now. She drops her, little locket box way back when we mentioned it, and the mouse is behind, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, all right, whatever, and, doesn't notice that it's lighter or doesn't look inside. She's like, whatever.
Because she was probably busy carrying their luggage to their rooms. And the only time she had to actually look at her locker was when she was in her cabin.
I guess.
She is basically a slave.
Yeah.
I don't know what her official title is, but it's Dickensian slave.
Wench?
Wench. No, yeah, let's...
Oh, that's the official title?
Yeah.
That's what her taxes say? 2% wench.
Occupation. House wench.
Wench. Waiting for that upgrade.
Yeah.
So, all right, and she can't come to the party. They go back to 3rd class, and this is when we get what you were talking about. That mouse, for some reason, just falls through the air vent. I don't know what he was doing in there or why he just fell through it, but he falls through, and they're like, "Oh, are you okay, mouse? Here's some food. Go back in the vent. Bye." I have to tell you, if I was a mouse at this point, I'd probably worship him too for not just stepping on me immediately,
or freaking out, or
any of that.
How poor are these people that when they see a mouse, they're just like, "Oh, it's one of those," where they just react to it like it's such a normal thing.
Well, they're not poor enough that they're like, "Oh, a mouse, food."
Yeah.
So there's somewhere they're real low, but not like.
Well, they're not, because they also had food and gave it away to an animal.
Yeah.
So I think they're just lazy.
They're not resorting to eating the mouse yet because they still have the bread. But once they run out of the bread,
but that's mouse sandwich.
They're fat.
Or
are they fattening up? Here's what you do: you use some of the bread, fatten up the mouse, then you save.
So you Hansel and Gretel the mouse?
Yeah, right. You fucking lure it in. You're like, bring all your friends. We'll welcome you all. You fatten them all up. You save enough bread that you can make Mama Mouse sandwich, Papa Mouse sandwich. That's how you do.
Hansel. What kind of name is Hansel?
It's a German name.
Hansel?
Hansel, little Hansel.
Is that what his name really is? Is it Hansel Solo?
Yes, that's it. Little Hansel.
That's why he's always trying to get away from the Empire. He's trying to escape the Germans. That he says it's all connected there. Don't make me draw it out.
Yeah,
Thanks.
please don't.
No, okay, good. So we go to the animal side of shit, and the mouse is talking to his mother. He's like, "Oh, it's such a nice girl, and can she come to our party that we're gonna have? Also, we're having a party, right? We're definitely gonna have a party."
Yeah, it's.
And they're like, "We'll talk about it later. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about." And then all of a sudden, they almost get eaten by a cat and a chihuahua for some reason. But a dog saves them. Not just a dog.
Fritz?
Yep, a rapping dog. He sings party time. I have a stroke at this point. I can't understand what the hell's happening.
Yeah, number one, I was so confused because the dog is just like, "Oh, hey, what's up, guys? You better knock it off." And then, the fucking beat drops. He's got a sideways hat on, a fucking jersey, and he's just like,
he raps. I watched it twice, so I know he raps the whole. I was like, man, isn't it weird that he comes in and he's like, "Hey guys, what's up?" And then he starts rapping. No, that doesn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he raps without a beat, and then the beat kicks in.
So he rhymes and then raps.
Yeah, he comes in and he's like, "Oh, if it wasn't for you, I would have been in someone else's digestion," which is what the little mouse kid says. And he goes, "Don't sweat it, forget it. I'm here to regret it." And then the song kicks in. "Working all day, now I'm doing overtime." Whatever it is.
The strange thing about the version that I was watching is that nowhere throughout the movie did they play subtitles or anything, but once a rapping dog came on, Japanese subtitles for some reason. I don't know why. Japanese subtitles, but only part of it.
The only important part that they had to know.
Yeah.
That was it.
This is the most important part of the film.
Oh man, I couldn't get over why it was animated like an MC Scat Cat video, like the outfits and tracks. I was like, what the hell? So that goes on for like 3 minutes or something like that. It's very confusing. Then like they just go, "All right, done," and we jump to the human. There's no like after story. It's just boom, human side. The Cruella de Vil lady, she's trying to teach her henchmen how to pick a pocket, but they're not very good at it, and she like just verbally unleashes on them. Like she's like, "You idiots, you incompetent swins, you wouldn't." I don't remember what she says, but I remember I was like, "Oh my god, like that's." I want to go cry now. So then, even though she says that they're not very good at it, they go, "All right, let's all split up now." And even let's all split up is you two go that way, I'll go this way. And they immediately see this fat lady with a dog, like a basset hound dog, and they're like, "Oh, she's covered in like jewels, let's pickpocket her." But the dog trips them up and falls. And then the dog goes, "We done it again."
Yeah.
And then the lady scolds her for not waiting for her signal. So, like, the last 10 minutes of this film, it's just like an acid trip. Like, it's out of control.
They just keep throwing shit at you with very little explanation.
No, I don't know what they did again. What signal was supposed to... I mean, you learn what the signal was, but they throw you in the middle of it hard.
Yeah.
So, after "Oh, we done it again. You didn't wait for my signal." Fade out, cut to somewhere else on the ship. Yeah. Nanny and William are talking to each other like, "You got to relax on vacation." Like, "No, you have to relax." "Oh, we're on vacation."
At this point, I was like, oh, so the nanny is Angelica's mom.
Oh yeah, you figured it out
figured it out?
Right away.
Damn.
I don't know. I guess it was just me. Like, because she... Right at the beginning, she's like, "Oh, I wish I would see me mumsy again. That'd be lovely." And then they introduce Nanny. It's like, "Oh, don't worry, Nanny." Like, because she's like, "Oh, yeah, one day I'll see my daughter." And I was like, "Oh, okay, it's fucking Angelica."
Oh, she mentions it?
Yeah, at some point, she's like, "Blah, blah, blah, my daughter." Or some dumb shit.
Yeah,
so I was like,
I must have missed
maybe I heard it and was just like, "Meh, whatever,
yeah,
not important." I don't
right
know.
away.
Maybe I learned it and I was like, "That's dumb, I'm just going to ignore it, so the story's better."
Spoiler alert, it's not.
It's not, okay. So Gaston leaves the room because apparently Gaston, William, and Nanny all share a room. I don't know why Gaston was in the same room as William, but apparently he was. And he leaves. Bye-bye, he leaves.
Because he likes to watch.
Wait, between William and Nanny?
Yeah.
That means William got the mom and the daughter.
Yeah.
Woo!
Double team.
All right, so, yeah, Gaston leaves, and the fat lady with the basset hound is like, "Oh, this is it. We're going to get this guy." And the dog's, like, sleeping, so he misses his cue. And she's like, "You dumb dog. I'd sit on you if I could." And he gets to the 101 Dalmatians lady, who is also the singer. And, like, he's like, "Oh, it's just a good blah, blah, blah." And the rapping dog shows up, and he talks to all the other dogs. He's like, "Oh, look out for a cat and a dog that's really more like a bat." And they're like, "All right, cool, we'll do that." Sure. And then the basset hound, the fat lady dog, is like, "We're running a scam." Like, he just spills the beans.
He's like, "Hey, man, this is to explain what happened earlier."
And he explains that we're running a scam. And then she realizes that her jewelry is gone, apparently.
But it was fake.
Yeah.
So no one cares.
Nobody cares. Yeah, it's okay. It's all scam.
No, isn't that later when she realizes her jewelry's gone?
Maybe it happens twice. I don't know why I have it this early. So
yeah, no, because then he talks to the basset hound and then he leaves, and then that's when that rich banker shows up, and then he the basset hound ends up tripping him into the fat lady.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I missed. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know why it's in there then. But whatever. Yeah, the dog just straight up explains that she's running a scam though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That definitely.
No, what I do is I trap guys, and then she's really not rich.
Yeah.
So we're trying to brand the rich guy.
Good. I've already messed with the entire story of the film. Good. Great story. We go to third class for some reason, and the old lady's just fixing up a dress. Not really. No, that's it. Go back to first class now for some reason. That's it. The henchmen are robbing a room, but someone comes in the room, the room's owner, I guess, and they push them down and run, and they're out of there. Yeah, we almost got caught. That's great, except it turns out that it was actually their boss Cruella type lady, and she's all, who pushed me down? My hat's funny. Angelica, who at this point I'm calling Angela for some reason, like I've just forgotten her name. She meets William in the hallway, and they're kind of awkward towards each other. Or to clarify, actually, William starts rummaging through her laundry. She desperately escapes.
Yeah, he's like, wait, this is a fat woman.
Yeah,
dress.
he's
Like,
like,
no fat woman.
Fat lady. We go back to the animals, and the rapping dog is like, you get this thing, and you get that thing for the party, and you get this thing for the party. And then the mouse is like, also look out for the locket. And the dog's like, yeah, the locket too. Everybody, that's our top priority now. Look for the locket. We go to pipes, where a mouse is inside pipes. The mouse has a green hat, so it might be the one that the Kroll stole the pin from earlier.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You introduced way too many characters.
Yeah, no, it's out of control. I'm surprised I remember the two main ones, to be honest with you.
Which they do nothing with what the crow stole anyway, so I don't even know what
No,
happened.
that pin is, they just want you to know that he's a thief. Like, I guess that's it. It's just precedent for later on, I suppose.
I guess.
So yeah, the mouse falls down some pipes. He goes into the kitchen. The chef's like, a mouse, and chases him. Just, hey, there's also a chef character now.
Okay.
We go back to the human side of things, and William meets the evil step people, family, and he's like, is Angela here? And they're like, nope, just us, no other women that we associate with at all.
We don't even know of wait, there are other women in the world?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I don't even think he knows her name at this point.
Well, no, he's like, are you with anyone else? And they're like, nope, just us. Definitely don't have a wench down in third deck. Not us.
He's like, is there a not fat, fugly, like, is there someone who's not old, fat, or fugly?
Nobody from your direct bloodline would be great. So, yeah, she's not a thing in their mind. So he's like, oh, well, I guess I dreamed it all.
And they're like, wait, don't you want to, like, come in and a little,
come in?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He leaves.
Yeah, nobody
He's
does.
like, I don't know what happened, Nanny. I thought I found a girl I love. And Nanny's like, I know exactly what you're going through. Which, I fucking doubt it. I really doubt she knows exactly what he's going through.
Nanny probably experimented in her 20s in college.
Could be. The women didn't go to college back
Yeah,
then, so no, it couldn't be.
Nothing you're saying makes sense right now. So, where do we go? Oh, we go on deck, and Angela is talking to the old third lady class, the one that was just sewing a dress for some reason.
You mean her fairy godmother?
Yeah, basically. That's if we're doing the whole Cinderella metaphor.
And
that's
she really
exactly
does.
what
She has that same look, too.
She does. The only thing that makes her not a fairy godmother would be A, lack of wings, and B, she apparently has children. Like, I don't know why. She's got 2 kids that are just constantly around her.
Oh, so you're saying fairies can't have kids?
Yeah.
That's pretty racist.
Yeah.
Okay.
How's that
racist? I was just... You're saying, oh, okay, Spanish people can't have kids. Can't do it. I don't know.
I don't understand how that's racist, though.
So, yes, Angela's talking to her fairy godmother, old third deck, old lady. There's an old lady on every deck that we have to remember. So,
The designated old woman.
yeah, everyone's got one. Everyone's got an old dude. Everyone's got a young guy. Everyone's got a young lady. It's out of control, to be honest with you. She goes ahead and just lays her life right, like her life plan. She lays it right on the table for the old lady. She's like, I want a family. I've never had one, but I'm young, but I don't want to rush things, but I want it now, but not too now. Like, It's not, I mean,
So she was a woman in the side.
yeah, exactly, yeah, basically.
Yeah, literally, yes.
No, yeah, basically. It's just, typical patriarchal bullshit, I'm not a person until I get married, but I want other things in my life, but also I definitely want to get married because I'm not a person until that happens. Because I feel, inside, that's what I want.
That's what you need.
And then it happens, and I go, oh.
What have I done with my life?
Oh, shit. You mean I gotta, like, stick it out now?
You gotta stick it out because he stuck it in.
Woo! We're not even trying at this point, are we?
No.
Where am I? There's I have a paragraph here about what a childish statement that is. I've never had a family, but I want one. Oh yeah, I've never had a car, but I want one. I've never had a cake, but I want one. I've never had a hat, but I know I want one. Fucking grow up.
Yeah.
I want a family. Horse shit.
She just wants family so she can abandon.
Oh,
it.
That's what it is.
Like she was abandoned.
And the circle of life
Circle of
continues.
life. That's the plan. I just want a family so I can abandon it and feel that power. Duh. Like, what do you think?
Listen, Mufasa did it.
I think you need to watch that movie again. Pretty sure that's the opposite of what happened.
No, he's definitely like, what have I done? He's like, family, suicide. Family, suicide. Family. I'm sorry. No, this is great. This is fantastic. I regret nothing.
That's the one part that everybody forgets is he clings on to the ledge. Mufasa clings on dearly to the ledge, and he's like, "Scar, help me, brother, help me!" And then Scar's like, "But wouldn't you like to know what life would be like if you survived?" And then they go back through time, and Scar wears a bunny mask, and
It was like A Wonderful Life.
yeah. And then at the end, 747 crashes into Mufasa's room. It's a Donnie Darko reference.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, all right, good. I wasn't sure if you all got it. Oh, okay. So, while the old lady, third deck old lady, and Angela are talking, or Angelica are talking, William goes to get a ball for a child that fell to third deck, but immediately Angela gets called away, and so he doesn't get to see her. And then William's like, "Oh, old lady, you were just talking to this beautiful young woman. Where'd you go?" And the old lady's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I gotta go. And she just pretends she doesn't know who Angela is.
But you share a room with her.
Yeah, I know. But she's like, "Oh, I don't no." Like it's almost as if someone was like, I don't know. I can't even think of.
No, because she's the fairy godmother, she can't directly interfere with true love.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I thought it was like, I can't give any information out because then the Gestapo will come.
The Gestapo will come and get Anne. She's hiding in the attic.
Yeah, I can't encourage this cross-species. Oh, that's what they thought. I was just telling from their side. Sorry.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, she runs away after she's like, I don't know where Angela is. I gotta run away. She runs away. The rich Dalmatian owning lady singer, she shows up to the ball. Her dogs aren't there. Smart on her part, I think. William leaves, and he goes and finds Angela from the party that they're at, and they start to dance, and she's like, "Oh, well, I see you later on at this other party that's also happening," and she just runs away. She doesn't answer any of the questions. And then I guess this is the scene change because we get a CGI shot of the ship.
Which is identical to the last animated Titanic movie we talked
right?
about.
It's they may have changed the background.
Yeah.
That's about it. So we go to third class, and the old lady says that William saved Ernest from the handrail. I think this is when we put her in a home, guys.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell she's talking about.
No, the little round baby, Ernest. He's made of rubber.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that maybe it wasn't a ball that fell to third deck, but a child that fell. He's like, "Oh, I'll go get it."
Yeah.
Or maybe she's like Mr. Magoo doesn't see things right and thought the ball was a small child.
She's just obscenely blind.
She was like overwhelmingly calm for a child to fall. I don't know how big a deck is, but I'm gonna go story.
Not her
2
kid.
stories. The what? That
Not her kid.
not her. Oh, it wasn't her. No, not my kid. Don't worry about it.
Oh, look at that thing. Oh, man. Did you see that baby just fall on its face? That was fucked up.
Fucked up. Huh? Oh, that guy saved him though. You should marry him.
Yeah.
So, after mentioning that William just happened to be the same guy that saved some other guy that nobody cares to mention or talk about. She just casually mentions, "Oh, also I have a dress you can wear to a ball now. Here you go."
Yeah,
It is.
there you
See
go.
Bye.
Happens to be your size, because I used to not be doughy and old.
Yeah. Oh, actually, what she says is, "Here's the dress from the one and only time my husband took me to the theater." Uh-oh.
I'm not saying that I hated my relationship and I murdered him while he was asleep, but, you know.
He took me to the theater on July 4th. I don't know. Never mind. I was going to do
Later,
whatever the day before D-Day was, and then I realized I don't know what D-Day is.
Also, it's in the future, because
Yeah.
Titanic happened first.
Yeah,
and then,
that joke was flawed from the start.
let me just break the timeline of history. It goes, Jesus is born, start of all time.
Yep.
Right? Then, Civil War happens.
Okay.
Then the Titanic sinks.
American Civil War, right?
No, just the Civil There's only one. There's only one.
Oh, okay.
Civil
sorry.
War happens,
Yeah.
right? Then the Titanic sinks.
Okay.
Then World War II.
Okay.
Whatever,
And then
World
now.
War One.
No. What do you mean?
No.
It's just,
Alright.
this is World War II.
And then
then now.
Somewhere I should point out that somewhere in between World War II and now, the genius comedian Chevy Chase decides to just start letting people know that Generalissimo Francisco Ferdinand is still dead.
Yes.
Has nothing to do with World War One, which didn't happen, by the way. Don't know why I brought it up.
No, I don't know why they called it 2. I guess it was just...
Because we learned at that point that sequels make more money.
Right.
So
Wow,
yeah, we
that
were
makes-
good at it. We were good. So yeah, Angela can go to the reception or ball or whatever it is. I don't know. Then she goes to the captain's room, whatever we decided it was last episode. Helm? What was the captain's hull?
Yeah, I think
Captain's
it's Helm, I think.
Quarters. Helm. The poop deck.
You poop on the deck?
Angela poops on the deck.
Yeah.
No, she goes to the captain's room, whatever it is, and she tells him that she lost the locket. The captain isn't there, but the first lieutenant is, and he gives a whole fucking range of emotion. And he says he's on it. Like, she comes in and she's like, "Oh, I've lost a locket. You know, I hope if there's a lost and found, maybe I can go see. You know, please let me know." And he's like, "Who is this? What? You? Oh! What happened? No! Well, then it is my duty to write!" All that happened just with his face. It was amazing. It was... I thought like she was gonna tell him a story and he's gonna go, "Oh, you're my daughter!" Like there was so much happening. Like, I really thought it was going to end with more than...
I've never had such an emotional connection with a stranger before. We should have sex right here. The captain's not around.
Why, I think I should have a bowl of Cheerios. I feel like masturbating.
I mean, we might as well.
Dude, like, fucking 90% of cereal made in, like, the 20s was to stop masturbating. Like, cornflakes was made to stop. Like, hey, if you eat cornflakes, you won't masturbate. Like,
What? I do not.
Uh-huh.
No,
Yeah.
I am
Why
fucking
is masturbation
unchallenging.
such an epidemic in the
I
1920s?
don't know, dude.
What do you mean? It's never stopped being an academic. Fucking someone's like, wait, oh, you can just do that yourself, and that happens? This is incredible. I should do this all the time.
I think it stopped from being an epidemic to being an academic, and now we were like, well, how can we apply science to this jerking
Yeah.
off?
Wait a minute, if you sit on your hand and it goes numb,
You
I'd have
squeeze,
to publish this study.
you squeeze your thumb, you have no gag reflex. Oh, wait.
What?
Uh-oh, hang on. What were we talking about again?
Right.
Why do I have to make everything so civilian? So we go to the animals and the rich Dalmatian owner lady. She's the ship singer. I should really just say that for now. But,
Singer.
Yeah, the ship singer, the Dalmatian owner. She puts the locket away, which I don't know when it happened, but at some point Gaston gave her the locket.
He's like, oh, for true beauty. And she was never like, oh, this thing opens and there's a picture of another woman in here.
Yeah, like I don't. Like, maybe I'm way too, like, into spies and stuff, but I'm always seeing if, like, something can open up, or if there's, like, a secret passage somewhere. You don't give me something, and I'm not gonna go, can this open? Like, that's...
what fucking Cold War spy are you? Where you're like, let me get my fucking bug to...
Are you trying to tell me the Russians aren't everywhere right now? Mr. Money suspiciously quiet, eyes darting left and right.
Yeah.
That's what I
They're
thought.
on to me. Excuse me.
What's your favorite show? Was it The Americans? Isn't that,
What?
Isn't that the show?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, see? And he knows it too! Boom! Double trap, son! The American had no clue!
Yeah, I don't even know what the...
It's a show about what if, like, the Russians won the Cold War or something like
No,
that.
it takes place during the Cold War, I'm
Oh,
pretty sure, yeah.
But isn't...
And it's Russian spies in New York, I believe it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, how convenient in
See?
New York.
He knows. Yeah. Well, hey, you're more into Nazis. There's that other one, like The Man in High Power, where it's what if
Man in the
Nazis...
High- yeah, I saw that.
See, you fucking know about... Nazi!
No, reverse Hitler.
Oh,
I'm
right,
good.
you can't
I'm
do, you
good.
can't grow that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
okay,
good.
that's right. That's fine. No, it's fine. Just an actor. He's just
Yeah.
a history enthusiast. It's fine.
Yes.
Still got my eye on you, money. Is that why you keep trying to give me ruples every time I ask for change and shit? I haven't seen you carry a single dollar in your life.
Danny, what, you want to kick in for this pizza? What? You can't pay in rubles.
What is this? Oh shit, Danny. I don't even know the translation. Or the...
Currency conversion rate.
See, he knew it.
Yeah.
I didn't. No, don't even. So yeah, the lady has the locket. The singer has the locket. She puts it away, and the Dalmatians are like, "Oh, I think that could be the locket."
Yeah.
Conveniently, in another place, the Mouse family are looking for the locket, but they're in the wrong room. The cat shows up without his like counterpart dog for some reason. I don't know where it is at this
I don't
point.
even know why the dog and cat know each other.
They shouldn't. They're both owned by the resident evil rich lady.
No, they're owned by two different people.
No, I know, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
thinking the resident one, like
separate
whoever,
evil
rich
separate,
one.
like,
Oh, yeah,
the what I heard is the starboard rich lady has a dog and the port rich lady has a cat. You know.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think the cat's in there the whole time, but for some reason doesn't react until the closet is open.
Oh, it's a fucking lazy cat.
Apparently.
A lazy cat. So yeah, they almost get caught, but right as they're about to get caught, the evil step family opens the door, knocks the cat over, gets scared by the mice family, and they run away. In the other room that we were in with the Dalmatians, the mouse family and the crow enter, and I don't know why it's weird, but they say the Dalmatians say, "Keep it down, she might hear." So now I'm confused. Are they going to hear them speaking, or is she going to hear just a bunch of barking and crowing and might like? That's exactly yeah. Like, she's just in the shower, like, yeah. I don't want to get out of the shower and see what that is. I think I'll just stay in here until we hit something large.
Or maybe they mean in the sense of she might hear the crow grab the the locket.
She'll hear rustling.
What's that light metal rustling in the distance?
Yeah.
Like,
Is that my locket being moved?
Bust a hole to the wall like a Kool-Aid man. My jewelry! Devours the crow in one go.
Sounds about right.
Coughs out the locket like a snake. Like it's the bones. Oh, my jewelry.
She's like a magician. She just like and pulls it out.
I think it's been a while since you've seen a magician.
Yeah.
No, that's what they do, right? They just spit out golden lockets.
Yeah, right? I want to learn magic now for that to be my bit. Oh, an ordinary piece of paper I swallowed, and a gold locket comes out of my mouth. A live mouse I swallowed, and a gold locket comes out of my mouth. Just anything. 2 gallons of water and 2 gold lockets come out of my mouth.
How many people do you think get into magic? Like, they start off as a kid and they're like, oh my god, this magician just makes money appear. I'm going to be a magician. I'm going to be rich. This is great. This is... oh my god, I know the secrets now.
I'm gonna guess all of them get into magic through naivete.
Yeah, they all get into it and then they're like, well, fuck, what am I going to do now?
I've put too much into it now. I gotta just be part of it. I gotta just hope I have a twin brother and somehow make good friends with David Tesla.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's a good movie. We're
Yeah, it is.
referencing a lot of films today, apparently.
And a cloning machine.
Was it, though? Oh, yeah, it was. That's right.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
That's why the twist was he had a twin, but then the twist on top of that was also, and a cloning machine. He didn't really need the twin. We kind of, like, double fucked ourselves.
Yeah.
It's like a triple trick. Like, the twin was the twist, and they're like, but also, like, a fuck ton of science. Like, you guys know Tesla made a cloning machine, right?
Yeah. Also, we're going to steal your daughter.
don't remember that part of the film.
Yeah, you didn't know Tesla had a fine set of skills?
Yes, it's all coming back to me now. Yes, he had a electrical current that he was going to follow. And when he found it, he pulled out a lightsaber.
Sure.
Yeah, hack a guy in half, make him fall down an exhaust port.
You're thinking of Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I am. Aren't we all though? Always.
Dude, I should. I don't know if Joe or Skylar mentioned it, that at some point during the locker room, they were like,
Yeah, you were just like, just guys were coming in and out, and you were just like having a great Star Wars debate.
and like more guys were showing up and get like all of a sudden like someone was like blah 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 the prequels, and like from across the locker room down boys were like, who's shitting on the prequels? And they came over and we were like, nobody's shitting on the prequels, we're saying the prequels are pretty good. And they were like, fuck yeah. And all of a sudden there's like a whole nerd squad, and at this point fans were already like inside, so motherfuckers could have been like walking by and like been able to hear like these wrestlers are in there talking about Star Wars, like geeking out hardcore about Star Wars.
It's great. That's life right there. You know, you guys, you talk for roughly 2 hours about the intricacies of Star Wars, and then you punch each other in the face.
You just beat the shit out of each
Just
other.
hardcore. So yeah, the Crow goes and gets the locket. You guys remember we're still talking about Titanic, right?
Yeah.
We go and we get the locket with the Crow, and they leave just before they're being seen. The Crow gets back into the third class room with the other mouse, and he's like, "Well, I found it, so it's mine now," which is like we already established the Crow's he's a thief, he's garbage.
Yeah.
But that's like you don't fucking do a heist and then be like, "No, I was the one that took it out of the fucking
Nope.
vault." No, bullshit. You kill that guy and
Yeah.
divide his take amongst the rest.
Yeah.
That's
And you
horseshit.
send his fucking body parts to his family.
That's right. And you tell them how much it would have cost if you gave him a proper funeral. So they go, "No, my father's fist, it's..." Wow, that's how much an urn costs? Dude, no, that's fine.
No, you
Just-
saved us a lot.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, a stamp is like 13 cents. That's... Plus, because you've sent his parts in the mail, now he's copywritten.
right.
But it wouldn't be a stamp so much at that point because it'd be a package. It'd be more than 13 cents. It'd be the weight
Okay,
of the
so
package.
they can use a flat rate priority box. That's okay. It's still cheaper than an urn, and then you also got to pay the guy to like cremation. That's a lot of money, and
They should have just sent him, what is it, the Crow's head.
just the crow. What do you do with the body then?
You throw it off the side of the ship.
That's true.
Do you guys even know what you're talking about anymore?
No.
All right, so the mouse kid gets right up in the Crow's fucking face, and he's like, "Give him back the locket, or I'm removing your balls and shoving them in your wife's mouth, and then killing your wife." The mouse kid's fucking hardcore at this
Yeah.
point. He bitch slaps him a couple times. It's fucked up. Angelica goes into full just Stockholm mode, kisses the mouse, kisses the Crow. She's like, "Everyone's fine, everyone's okay, everything's fine. Mommies and daddies don't fight."
But how would she know? She doesn't have a mommy. Her
Boom!
daddy died.
Roasted. Also, fucking, this is where I'm like, dude, fuck this dumb lady. She gets the locket back and she opens it and she goes, "I'm sure this is a picture of my real mother."
She doesn't know.
No!
She's not 100. Like,
That could have been the picture that comes with
It
the
came
locket.
with the locket.
You know? Whatever. Just want to point out that this is the halfway point of the whole movie. We get into first class and we get reintroduced. Remember Detective Sam? He shows up as a pipe-smoking gypsy. Racist.
yes.
Cruella DeVille's henchmen, they make a scene trying to steal some jewelry and stuff like that. Then the Dalmatian, one of the Dalmatians, trips a waiter into Gaston to stop him from getting to their singing owner lady. The worst part of the film, in my mind, the captain gets a note about icebergs.
Yeah.
He gets a note, and then it's like, "Oh, well, fuck it.
Better keep an eye out
Fuck
then.
it. I don't have foreshadowing. Fuck that guy for not having foreshadowing." We get... It must be an important part because we get another CGI shot of the ship. So it's... something big's happening, guys, right? William enters the reception, but Angelica isn't there yet, and he flashes back to about the time he saw her earlier today. And the rich white girl sings in the background, and then she shows up, Angelica shows up, and everyone is amazed. The step family freaks out. Gaston freaks out because he sees that she's wearing the locket. And what's her name? The singing lady just sings a song, and they dance, and it's like, oh, it's so beautiful, yeah.
It was strange that they did a really close cleavage shot of her wearing the locket for some reason.
Yeah.
They're just emphasizing the locket and whatever
They
was
could
in the
have put
background.
more chin into that shot, though. Like, you didn't have to focus
It's like,
straight
well,
up on tits.
look how big my tits are. The locket just rests right on them.
That's how you know that it's her locket, because it's the perfect... it's the perfect accessory.
All right. Right.
They're dancing.
Yes, they are dancing, and after the song, Angelica, and William, they run out to go fuck, probably.
Definitely.
Definitely, yeah, right. Gaston and the rich girl, they're like, oh, the locket. But Detective Sam's like, I think it might be back with its rightful owner, ha. And then they're all like, what? And Gaston gets slapped.
I don't think that was Detective Sam. I think that was the first, the shipmate. The one that she went and told, oh, my locket's missing. You'd be able to find it. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I probably just wasn't looking at the screen, to be honest with you. I probably just wasn't even looking and went, male, human, Detective Sam, good enough.
No, Detective Sam never uses his detective skills that well.
That's true, he doesn't.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
at one point he does sneeze his own fake beard clean off.
Yes.
So that's not good.
What do you even apply it with?
I don't know. I really... Like his own spit, probably.
All right, there we go.
Oh, man. The fat lady screams because... she admits to her scam because her jewelry's gone.
Yes.
And she's like, oh, I have you now, Mr. Banker, so I don't need that fake jewelry. But you knew I was all a scam the whole way.
So it's all right.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're not, we're married now, right? Oh, we're not? Fuck.
You can't. I just hugged you. You can't renege on this deal. I mean, we basically have 4 kids together.
Yeah. I gave you a fucking handy in the closet, so
Yeah.
there's no going back. No backsies.
No backhandsies. Maybe that CGI ship shot wasn't a signal of anything important because we get another one right now.
Yes.
Angelica says, "Oh, I've been waiting my whole life for this, but I don't know if I can trust you." Or, "Oh, I'm so nervous," and I'm just so angry. I'm just like, "That's fucking." First off, that's how trust works. You can't trust somebody that you already know and can rely on, because that's how reliability works. You have to put trust into someone you don't know.
No, that's not how it works.
No, of course
It's
no.
either you've known someone your whole life and you trust them,
Yeah.
or you don't know them, so you don't trust
Oh
them.
yeah,
That's it.
Obviously,
There's literally, there's no in between. There's no from one to the other. There's no, nope.
I can tell you right now, don't ever get a guy who thinks that way, me and a hammer in the same room, because I'll tell you how it's going to end, and it's going to be messy. It's just dumb. That's just how it works. You have to trust someone in order to trust them. You can't pre-trust someone before you. I can't even trust you. Yeah, duh. Yeah, that's what she did. That was the logic. She was like, well, maybe this isn't great because I can't trust you before I trust you. And this is why guys used to hit women with clubs over their head and just drag them back to the fucking cave. What are you doing? What are you saying? Oh, I care for you, but you don't know. I can't trust you because I don't know you, but trust is a complicated... Bonk!
Except, in reality, you bonk her, and then she's unconscious, and you could cause severe brain damage.
Yeah.
So, you drag her back, you're like, alright, now, well,
Oh, well.
I mean, she's already here, so might as well.
Well. I don't like where that went.
No. But that's how it happened.
Yeah, even though I was the one that dragged her back to the cave. I mean, what did I expect? I was the one who fucking... It was all me.
You gave her fucking stage 5 concussion.
Stage 5. I was going for 3. I didn't know I had that much strength.
It would have been a lot easier if you just Bill Cosby'd her.
You and your love of Bill Cosby. I know he's a role model in every way. And he's apparently going to claim immunity, something like that. Yeah, he's
How?
I don't know. I don't know. He's going to claim immunity, I read.
It's like I wore a condom, so it didn't count.
Yeah, no, it didn't count because before I put it in, I thought about Jell-O.
The 70s.
That's true. He's like, hey man, there was no rape back then.
I mean, he's not wrong, but that's not a valid defense. If I was him at this point, I would just like be like, well, if we wait another month, I might die. Like,
I don't understand it. Like, he's got to have money. Why doesn't he just go, all right, well, look, I am gone. Whoop! I disappeared. I fucking disappeared off the face of the earth because I'm rich, because I'm fucking Bill Cosby. I'm in another country now.
it could work. I saw a guy like a month ago. I was like, holy shit, Bill Cosby. And then he walked back towards me. Definitely was not Bill Cosby. Like, in any fucking way. So, I mean, I think it's pretty easy to see somebody and go, I don't know who you are. Right?
Yeah, but that doesn't work because that wasn't actually Bill Cosby.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it was actually Bill Cosby, then...
Didn't Wesley Snipes do that, though? He left the United States for a while to run away because he didn't pay for taxes, and then he came back and was just like, fine, I'll just go to jail for like 2 years.
Yeah, the key is you don't come back. You just disappear.
But you always come back eventually. Even Randy Quaid came back.
Did he come back or did he get kicked out of wherever he was?
Canada? Can you get kicked out of Canada? That's pretty hard.
I'm sure you can.
Especially when you're a native, like, resident. Like, he was born there, I'm pretty sure. So...
They're just probably like, we're tired of this shit, Randy Quaid.
I'm tired of this shit. Let's get through this fucking podcast now. So, yeah, Angela's a dumb bitch who doesn't understand how trust works.
Angelica.
Yeah, whatever. Angelina Jolie. They're all the
Bitch
same
don't
person.
even know her
No.
own name.
But it's okay, because nothing could stop William from loving her. And I want to point out that just because you love someone doesn't mean you have to like them.
True.
That's true, right? Okay, moving on. William and Angelica kiss, and everyone on the ship is eavesdropping in on them, and they all laugh and cry, and they all have a wide range of emotions. The evil step family they're like, that's it. They go out and they go, Angelica, come over here. Just walk over here. They have nothing. She's like, Angelica, you have to do shit. They just go, Angelica, here. Like she's a dog. And William's like, no. And then the mouse kid's like, bullshit. And he's like, ha ha ha, and just dances around them. They lose their shit.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I kind of sort of start to feel bad for the evil stepmother at this point because once the mouse comes out, immediately, the fat one jumps on a chair and then falls through the chair.
Stuck in it.
Like, so I'm just like, wow, like, yeah, whatever. Like, I don't understand how you don't know your own weight. On top of that, the skinny one just screams until she passes out.
Yeah.
So that's when I'm like, these are your fucking kids. Like, holy fuck. Like, that's so bad. But then I realized, she raised them, so fuck her.
Yeah, but she didn't give them those... Well, I mean, she did give them those genetics. Wow.
Yeah,
It's entirely her
that's
fault.
how that works,
She just should have not had kids. Did they have condoms back then? They must have.
Sheepskin, something?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Something like that.
Sheep intestines.
I mean, Jesus was all like, don't do that, but...
I don't think Jesus was ever like, hey, man, you shouldn't wear a condom.
I'm almost positive 90% of Jesus' life was him walking around going, hey, don't do that. Hey, don't do that. Hey, guys, don't do that.
Or that's what they want us to believe.
No, but...
For all we know, he was walking Jerusalem, just slinging his dick around to women and be like,
They don't call him dick slinging Jesus for nothing.
Fucking just swinging around like the fucking WB frog.
All I'm saying is I don't think Jesus was like, hey, man, don't wear a condom. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Jesus knew what a condom was.
Hey, WWJD wouldn't wrap it. That's what he'd do. That's what's going on in that guy's life. Oh. So...
What would Jesus do? Stick it in raw. I would fucking wear that shirt. I'd fucking wear that shirt everywhere. You tell me you wouldn't wear that shirt?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm telling you. I would not wear that fucking
You'd
shirt.
wear that shirt. I would. I'd fucking wear that shirt.
Fucking maniacs you are. Holy crap. No,
that was clever, come on.
No.
That's fucking...
What do you think clever is?
No. I don't know if it's clever. I just love it, and I'm fucking...
It's fucking amoral is what it is, without a doubt. Like,
what? So, and the best thing is, kids are like, wait, what does that mean? You're like, look, kid, ask your parents. Mom, what does WWJD mean? What would Jesus do? Okay, now what does sticking it wrong mean?
What are they gonna do? Chastise him for coming to them with problems?
Stick it in. Oh, stick it in. Well, no, you shouldn't. Well, I mean, that's what I did to your mom, and that's how you're here. So definitely don't do that.
Do not follow the teachings of Jesus Christ, son. He claims to be a Messiah, but he's a Messiah for evil.
He's a Messiah for procreation.
He is a Messiah for crushed dreams.
I was gonna be a magician and be a millionaire and just make money.
Pull so many lockets out of my throat.
And then you showed up.
No matter how many things I put down your throat, no lockets come out.
Only disappointment.
And vomit.
Yeah.
Let's have another party, why don't we? And the animals have
Animal
another party. They have another party for some reason. This song is very cleverly, I guess. I don't know what clever is anymore. Very cleverly, the song is about instead of being bored and sad and trying to figure out what to do, like with your life, just dance super hard. Yeah. Like, super hard. Just dance.
Isn't that what Footloose was about? Like, if you have problems, you just fucking dance.
Just
Footloose.
I don't know if that's accurate sounds they make.
I've never seen Footloose, but I know of it. So I'm
Kevin,
assuming that's
Kevin Bacon
yeah.
is invisible
Okay.
in that movie, right?
Yes. Also, there are underground worm monsters.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And then he's
And then their dancing attracts it.
yes.
And
then
he's going down a river.
And then he kicks them all. Right.
No, that sounds right.
Right. And he goes Roadhouse. Oh wait, that's a different guy.
Yeah,
It's-
Swayze.
So the cat and that bat dog thingy. There are no bats in Italy, huh? Because why would they think a chihuahua is a bat? Like they're not even close. For that to even be like a joke, like rat is more close. Like,
You mean there's no chihuahuas in Italy?
but they have bats, and that dog looks like a bat.
Oh, look, man. Maybe they don't have either. They have no chihuahuas.
Or maybe they don't have bats in England because all the characters are supposed to be in England. I don't know. You know what? Forget I said anything. Moving on. They're in a cage because, well, it's like animal prison they're in, basically.
Well, they like burst into the party, and they're like, "We're gonna get you!" And they're like, "All right, well, I'm gonna run this way." And the cat tries to stop and fucking does the cartoon, "Whoa!" try to stop for 47 feet and slides into a cage, and they lock him up, and they're like, "Fuck you! You're here to stay."
They're like Guantanamo, and they waterboard him. No.
Exactly. That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, but they're in the cage while everyone's doing mucho gusto, sorry. And the kid's like, oh, I feel bad. Let's give them some food. You know, like, we're having a party. They should be able to party. And they're like, here's some food. The dog's like, no, we don't eat from peasants. And the cat fucking just chokes the dog.
He's like,
you
"That's all his food. I'm hungry."
I'm eating you now. That's what's happening, dog.
Why are we friends again?
Yeah,
How do we know each other?
don't. Yeah, that's a mystery to me. We go back to the humans and the henchmen. I don't know if you fucking remember this. The henchmen stole something from the fat lady and they give it to Cruella de Vil and she's like, "It's fake!" Yeah, she totally scraws out. Flash forward somehow, maybe not. I don't know. Everyone's going to sleep now. William once again says there's nothing that could prevent me from loving her, which, like, she's gonna have, like, a horrible, like, fucking, what's that movie? Get Your Ass to Mars. Fucking, with the guy on the chest.
Total
Recall. Yeah, she's gonna have, like, a Total Recall baby on her chest. She's gotta.
She's gonna look, I know we danced and everything, but you haven't seen me naked, so let me just show you, like...
The way they keep emphasizing, like, there's nothing that can make me from, like she... Like, they're gonna be like, oh, and now right before I pronounce you man and wife, you have to sign these Nuremberg trial papers. Because, of course, as we all know, she was one of the lead Nazis. like, what is going on in her life?
Look, now that we're married and you've, admitted your love and said nothing will ever prevent you from loving me, I have to say, I actually told Hitler what to do, and B, I have a hideous mutant Quado child in my stomach.
Yes. You should know that most people know me by my maiden name of Ava Braun. Ugh.
the true mastermind.
So nothing could prevent me from loving you, or whatever hideous, horrible thing you've done. Like, I was the first willing member of the Charlie Manson family. Also, they're definitely gonna find her parents. Angelica goes into her room and she's like, "Oh, I'm so in love, and I know my parents are watching over me," which to me is the creepiest thing in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Girl falls in love and immediately thinks about her possibly dead, missing parents. Like, that's... You should know, going into this relationship, you're immediately number 2. You're immediately...
This girl is damaged, beyond damaged.
Oh,
good.
yeah. William is also desperately in love. Oh, it's going to be so great, and I can't wait to make I can't wait to make Angelica's life just so much better. It's going to be so happy, 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 happy. Dramatic music, CGI shot. Suddenly there's ice. And it's just everywhere.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's right in front of us.
It's almost like you know when you use an ice machine in the freezer and like the first it's like tung 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 tung
And all of a
then
sudden
that's what's happening in this fucking ocean right now. And it's like the residue from the last time the guy used crushed ice. Like, what is that shit? And then no, I wanted 2.
Yeah.
So ice everywhere. Suddenly, listen, I one as big as this ship. I would also like to point out that there's once again 20 minutes left in the film.
Yeah.
Which is roughly how long it takes for the Titanic to crash. It's 20 minutes.
Not in this.
No, actually, that's not true because, slight spoiler for the end of the film, there are 12 minutes of credits in this movie.
God damn.
Yeah. So the crew, they go to take action, but oh no, it's too late. The hull rips open like perforated paper. Like, it just... Woof.
The way the movie's cut, they're like, oh my god, let's avoid it. And, like, there's no, like jostling or collision noise or anything. It's just like, I tried to avoid it, but I couldn't. We hit off the stern bow or whatever the fuck.
I'm pretty sure if it is the captain, I don't like, it's hard to tell them apart at this point, but I'm pretty sure that the captain says, I don't think it did too much damage.
Yeah, no.
Which is,
So they don't show us the damage.
no! They show us the damage.
Yeah.
Literally, they went in, iceberg! Just the whole of the ship ripping open, water flowing in.
Yeah, I don't
You don't remember that?
Yeah,
No,
Yeah, and then the animal party ends up getting stopped because
I remember
it floods
that.
in water.
Yeah, I remember
the whole bridge.
I remember all that happening. I don't remember seeing the hull get ripped.
It's basically they show like just a still shot of the hull and like it in sections pop 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 gets ripped open and they show that like 4 times in a row as if to just signify and then we move to the next section of the ship and the next section of the ship. Yeah, like the whole like 1/4 of the ship ripped right open. Like it was made of gas. Like
it wasn't even a solid.
No, it was ridiculous. Like this scene solidifies to me that this boat was a full-on House of Cards.
This was the popsicle stick version. This was the prototype made out of popsicle sticks, and they forgot to actually build the real made out of metal ship.
Yes. My favorite. I think my favorite part about this is as the ship is crashing, we go to like the crewmen in the engine room, and they're shoveling water right
against the wall.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, against the wall, but also into the same holes they were shoving the coal into. Like, so just like, and now we'll definitely drown right here. Like, I don't want to get any residual drift and drown over there.
I was watching it. The guy was like picking up the bucket here and just dumping it next to him. And I was
absolutely.
like, does this guy understand how?
It's like they were trying to daisy chain water. Like, I'll dump it here, and then you grab that pile of water and dump it next to you, and the guy next to you will grab that pile of water and dump it next to him.
Well, didn't you know that when you put water in one pile, it goes straight up?
Yes, absolutely.
It doesn't go out in the surface area?
That's true.
Yeah, you might have to. You can use a spoon to get any. Like, you're just gonna throw a bucket on, and you'll miss some. Get a
Yeah,
spoon.
you just stack the water.
To this day, I don't understand why we don't make houses out of water. It stacks so well.
Yeah, and it's waterproof.
Duh. Technically, you just get better houses.
Yeah. Wow, it rained. My house is now more stable.
That's the downside. You know what? It's all come to me now. That's why we don't build houses out of water, because every time it rains,
It just builds
it
up.
builds up. Suddenly we're all living in mansions. We can't afford the property tax. The insurance skyrockets. The companies loved it. We as people had to stop it. It wasn't good for us. It's all coming back to me now. It's one of those things. It's like why don't we touch fire? Oh, because I burn. Duh. It's so obvious. I shouldn't even think about it. It's one of those things. So the crewmen. Actually, I should say before William goes down to third class to rescue Angela, and the mouse kid tells the crow, "Oh, we gotta rescue the cat and the bat in the cage, or the bat and the dog, or
The thing and the thing.
the thing and the thing in the cage. Let's rescue him." They rescue him. Okay, done. Bye. The crewmen on the human side, they're like trying to rescue passengers. They're like, "Oh, come everybody in the lifeboat, Everybody we know gets into the same lifeboat.
Yeah.
They all enter the same lifeboat. Which, by the way, I should also point out.
Is one of 4 lifeboats.
Well, that's fine because the lifeboats can sit 20 people in it with elbow room to just flap.
Yeah.
Like there's so much room in these things. There's enough room where at one point they go, "Oh, why don't you sit over here instead?" Like, they just move. Like nobody shifts around. Just a little girl goes, "All right, I'll sit over there." I don't know. Like this movie is just so boring to me. I'm picking on the stupidest things where they're like, "Oh, get on the boat, women and children first," because as we all know, women and children have such an easy life without fucking men. I think if there's one thing women and children don't need, it's men. Let's get them all on the boat alone, and then we'll worry about their well-being afterwards.
Not necessarily, because in each boat was one sailor. So 20 women to one sailor.
So what you're saying is the Titanic was a giant eugenics program.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Right.
Exactly.
Makes perfect sense.
No, eugenics doesn't get as big of a laugh as I thought. Huh?
It was Hitler's master plan all along.
Yeah, I know, and I thought that was silly. But apparently,
Angela Ava Braun's master
you guys,
plan.
it would be Ava Angela or
Angelica
Angelica Braun, Mistress Hitler. I'm flying. Rest in peace, Chris Farley. William finds Angelica below deck, and the first lieutenant, he's like, "Get back, all you third-class peasants! I'll beat the crap out of you!"
Yeah. Don't make me resort to violence.
Yeah, which, I mean, he couldn't wait to.
Yeah.
But William's like, "Please, they can't go back that way. They'll die." And he's like, all right. And he, like, unlocks the... There's a wall. They, like, kept them closed behind one of those, like, "Oh, the shop's closed, better pull the gate down." Yeah. They closed them behind that one. They open it and they bust through. And they all go up to the top of the deck. They're like, "Oh, we're going to get out of here." Somehow, the first lieutenant who was down below going, "Oh, no, you third-class people stay back," is now on top. He pushes some other guy out of the way, hops into a lifeboat.
Yeah.
So he's like, he fucking killed somebody else basically to save his own ass.
And this is the lifeboat that ends up having
Everyone we know. Every fucking person we've met. throughout the whole
Everyone we
film.
know.
The singer stays on ship and sings. I don't know why. There was no reason to have a soundtrack to our death, to be honest with you.
Because they wanted to be just like the Titanic,
Yeah,
the movie.
go down with
Instead
the
of
ship.
having an orchestra, they had a singer.
Yeah, but that makes sense. Don't save the band because they're not going to leave their instruments behind. You can save the singer who's just got a voice box. She's not carrying heavy equiment.
They can just float on their instruments.
What? Women and children first. No, not the talent. Hang on. Sit back. We still get another hour out of you.
Untalented
She was so
women and children first.
She was so upset by losing the necklace. She figured, "What the fuck is there to live for?"
Fuck it. She watched the Titanic movie before. She came on the ship and she's like, "Oh, now I get to be Rose." La, 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 la.
Oh wait, Rose never sung.
Oh wait. How does that go? So yeah, all the main characters are on the same boat, which, as I mentioned, comfortably seats 20. For some reason, William went back onto the Titanic.
Yeah.
I don't know why. He was like, "Angelica, you're safe now." Well, see ya, go back in the ship.
Not only does he go back, he goes like inside.
Yeah.
And gets himself trapped inside.
Yeah, I don't know. He has to break a window to get out for some reason.
Maybe he's just like, I'm never gonna have this chance to fuck shit up again. Woo!
Kicking shit over, breaking mirrors, and
Ship's going down anyway.
punching
waiters.
waiters.
Smash it.
Maybe that's what it was doing. Just biting someone to get one last smash in.
That was it. He was horrible. He was like, well, the ship's crashing, and then, I mean, I found this girl I love. This is pretty much my only chance for a bachelor party. Just goes down, gets drunk, fucking punches people, rapes, whatever. Just fucking goes crazy.
Woo, donkey show downstairs.
There's no donkey. He just dresses one of the maitre d's. As a donkey. Do it! Go! So now we're starting to see some of the same shots from the beginning. Sad girl, row ship, rip off of Belle in the boat. William falls off the ship as it breaks. He catches a child. Gives the child away. You're like, oh, the child's safe now. And then he gets pulled under by some nets or whatever. Then we go to the lifeboat, our lifeboat, so to speak. And William's nanny notices Angela's locket. And she's like, oh, is that the locket that your mother put on your neck just before she gave you up for adoption because she had to, because there was no other choice in life? You're my daughter! And they hug, and everyone's like, oh, yeah. Angelica's like, I found my family, but I lost Will. And he's like, Will? That guy's basically my son. And she's like, what? Your son? I'm going to marry him, and I'm your daughter. And none of that's weird at all. Mm-mm. So, yeah, everyone's apparently fine with that.
But Will's dead. But wait, that's that body in the water floating.
Oh, well,
that's William.
Let's
it
get
might
it.
be.
Well, we should get it, but the first lieutenant's like, no, don't pick up any bodies, leave it there.
We're gonna fucking tilt over.
Yeah.
There's no room, you crazy
And
bitches.
they get the body, and it's Detective Bradbury. It's not William. It's William. Well, at least we saved a life, I guess. I don't. Nobody seems to care about that.
And they drag him in. He goes,
Yeah.
that's how I solved the case of the Titanic.
Fucking worst detective ever.
I figured it out. It sunk. That's what happened to it.
Someone put a hole on it for some reason. Can't tell you why, but it sunk.
So, the animals, they're in just on a piece of driftwood, and they toss the chef a rope and they save him because apparently the chef is floating in
A pot.
which is also filled
Well,
with food.
that's after the chef entices them with cheese and sausage and shit.
Yeah.
So if he was like, I just jumped in myself, I didn't bring any food, they'd be like, well, go fuck yourself then.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, because at first they were like, oh, go fuck yourself. And then he was just like, cheese. And then that's when the one mouse was just like, oh shit, that's right, he had food.
No, we were totally going to help you. Mm-hmm. Oh, you have food? Well, I mean, look, we helped you, so now...
Yeah, so they pull him to safety. And then we go back to the humans, and they find William, and they pull him in, and the first lieutenant is he's fucking losing his marbles. Sit down! You're going to tip us! You're all down! Leave him in the ocean! And then Detective Sam's like, dude, calm the fuck down. And he's like, yeah! Oh, all right, that's true. No, I am a nobleman. William's passed out. Oh, maybe he's dead. Oh, no, he's not. He's fine. Good. Now they can be together, and they hug. And they kiss. And we fade to a sunset.
The end.
Wait a minute! Don't you want to know what happens to everybody?
I mean, no, not really.
No, I really fucking don't.
No, I don't give a shit.
They do a fucking epilogue where the Kid Mouse tells us, where the chef, he gave a home to the mice family and the crow for saving their life, The fat con lady's basset hound dog, for some reason joins the police.
Yeah.
Just joins the police.
Him and Fritz.
Him, yeah, and Fritz the rapping dog join Detective Sam and the police, who apparently somehow all together caught Cruella DeVille lady. She's in jail now. Her henchmen, I don't know why, married the evil stepsister ladies. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. So that's going on.
What I think is funny is you have the two evil. There's the evil stepmother, and then you have the Cruella DeVille.
Yeah.
Evil stepmother owns the cat.
Yeah.
Cruella DeVille owns the bat dog.
Yeah.
Right? So at the end, it's like, oh, well, evil stepmother and her two fugly daughters marry the henchman, right? And them and all that whole crew and the cat live happily ever after. And what about Cruella? She goes to prison, and so does the dog. It's like, what?
A special, 1912 dog prison.
Yeah. Well, no, it just goes to prison with the owner.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess that's actually nice then. Imagine you had to go to jail and they're like, oh, but you get to keep your dog. You're like, oh, well, actually.
Yeah, but what about if you're the dog and you're like, what the fuck am I going to jail for?
I mean, I don't think dogs have a concept of jail.
we just watched a movie where all the animals can talk. They have a concept of jail.
And then they actually, your argument should have been there was a scene in the film where the animals actively jailed.
They actively jailed.
the animals. All right, whatever. Also, Gaston somehow gets hired by the old copper mine lady that we saw like once in the film as like a slave, like a chauffeur slash blah slash blah slash blah slash blah. William and Angelica, they get married and they live happy ever after, and they take in Nanny, William's nanny, the third-class old lady, which is the fairy godmother, both of the fairy godmother's 2 kids, which is like a Dickensian orphan and some sort of tiny Belle-looking woman. She's dressed like Belle from Beauty and the Beast. The rich singer lady, her dogs, they take her dogs. Also, the dogs had kids, so they take those dogs' kids.
Yeah.
And they just casually mentioned that the rich singer lady, like, kind of didn't make it off the ship.
She was the only casualty.
Yeah, apparently she was the only one that died. And then I'm gonna guess at some point, William and Angelica are also gonna have like 4 kids. So they have like a Brady Bunch family going on already. Bye. See you. Bye. That's it.
See you soon.
Oh yeah, that's true. See you soon. Which is possible because the Titanic film we watched before this had an actual sequel. I mean, I'll jump ahead one segment and tell you, would you make a sequel? They did not.
Okay.
I didn't find a sequel for it. If they did, I'll be honest.
The last one.
I didn't look too hard, but yeah, I didn't find a sequel for it today. But what do you guys think? Did you guys like it?
No.
Right?
It was like so little happened between so many people. It was astounding. I can't believe they had so many characters with nothing happen.
Yeah. Oh man. There was, let's see, you had the Cruella de Vil crew. They were trying to rob people. Didn't do it.
No.
Technically didn't get caught, just, like, we didn't see them get caught. It was aftermath they got caught.
Yeah.
So there's no story arc there, really.
No. You have the detective who's looking to catch people. We never see him catch anybody.
No.
And then Gaston trying to get the earrings from the singer because he's some sort of thief of some sort.
Yeah, I didn't really get why, I guess.
They didn't explain it.
No, in fact, you claiming he was a thief is new to me, to be honest. Like, I remember at the beginning he was like, oh, and looked at her jewelry, and it was like that French lady, or that, and then, but that was it. Like, he didn't really and then I'll steal this thing from her. Like,
well, I figured that's why, because they just zoomed on her earrings. So he was just like, oh,
yeah.
That seems expensive.
Maybe he was the real thief then that the detective was looking for. But still, we don't learn that. That's not anything that's shit we have to put together on our own.
Nobody does anything.
No, nothing technically happens. I mean, they don't actually find her parents. They just happen to be in the same room together at one point.
Yeah.
Like, it's just luck.
They just happen to be on the same lifeboat and go, wait a minute, I recognize that locket. I guess you're my daughter by default.
Hey, you know what's funny? You got the same locket that I gave my daughter 10 years ago because there's only one in the world ever.
Yeah.
Well, what do you expect when you try to tell a love story that's about 5 minutes long in an hour-and-a-half movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cameron Titanic, the whole thing is like, oh, here's this girl with her dick rich boyfriend, and here's Leonardo DiCaprio, look at him, and oh, they fall in love, and oh, struggle and romance, and then this one's like, there's fucking people, and they get together and do things.
And life happens.
Yeah, the Titanic it's full of scumbags.
Pretty much.
That's what I learned today. So yeah, I mean, I don't really want to fucking hear him. I don't really care what these people have to say, but hey,
we gotta play.
Opinions and assholes. Yeah, you gotta play the game, right? Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Oh,
yeah. All right, so this one got a 1.6 out of 5 stars on Amazon from 11 votes. Technically, 73% gave it 1 star.
Damn.
Oh, man.
I like how you did the math.
Yeah.
And you showed the work.
Did I? Good.
I mean, there's like 9% equals 5 times 73 equals...
Yep, I'm a math genius. That's what I'm getting from that.
No, the 5 and the asterisk is supposed to be a star. 5 stars.
Oh.
thought I was smart and shit. He really thought I was like a genius. He didn't understand. I just copied and pasted shit. All right, so this one is called "It's Party Time" by Melinda Keyring. So it's party time, or so the super cool rapping hip hop dog, or is it dog, in this flick would have you believe. For sheer, oh my gosh, they didn't just do that ability, I gave this a shaky 2. I didn't have a 1.5 option. A movie with which to seriously piss off your Titanic-loving friends. With nary a glance over their shoulders, safe in knowledge that Disney lawyers are falling from grace these days, the animators cheerfully rip off many well-known characters, toss them into a big boat, it's CGI rendered in some scenes, and tell them to go do something with 3 songs. It's impossible to tell which one of them is the worst. Let's see. Is it the anachronistic dog's rap? No, it must be the horrid Mexican party song. Nah, it's the tepid love song warbled over and over by the ship's very busty chantonez. Well, golly. All 3 of them take the big tasteless cake. A laughably sad attempt at capitalizing on the fame of a blockbuster. It is simply a movie that should never have been splattered into existence in the first place. Buy it if you want to shake your head in disgust and laugh out loud with some friends. That's what I did. It's party time. 2 out of 5 stars.
Opinion.
Yeah?
I want to say asshole.
Yeah, you know.
Fucking all them words with nary a glance. You fucking...
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's an opinion, but it's a pretty fucking pretentious one.
Yeah. Can I do PA? Pretentious asshole?
I'm going to go with PO for pretentious opinion, but that, maybe we'll spell different words.
Parole officer.
Yep, that's, definitely a dick then. Change the whole thing. All right. This next one is by Alan Hall, and it's titled Amazing If You Like Bad Movies. If you can imagine taking Don Bluth's An American Tail, Anastasia, and The Secret of Nim, Disney's 101 Dalmatian, Cinderella, and Oliver and Company, Titanic, James Cameron's 1997 film, Titanic, ABC's 1996 TV movie, a couple of blips from A Night to Remember, a few random Mel Blanc characters, a MIDI score that sounds as though it's being played backwards, some appalling voice actors who haven't a clue what an English accent sounds like, an incoherent rap song, a couple of Celine Dion-esque power ballads, some of the ugliest, glitchiest animation around, and the cut and paste feature, sticking it all in a blender on puree, dumping it in a pot and reducing it to a black tarry mess, and then smearing it in great globs on some film and playing it for a few frames per second too slow, you'd have the vaguest notion of what this movie is. But you know what? I loved it. I loved it the same reason I love Plan 9 from Outer Space. Because it sucks so completely, because it's so staggeringly incompetent that watching it makes me split my sides with laughter. If you're a fan of really bad movies, like me, then this is a doozy. You really need to try. Is it in poor taste? Of course it is. It's in horrendous taste. And the story of the Titanic affects me at such a deep level that I was prepared to be up in arms with anger. But here's the thing. It's so completely disconnected from the events of the disaster, there is so little to remind the viewer that it's supposed to be about the Titanic, that it is very easy to distance oneself. There are no historical characters at all, aside from the captain, who has maybe 60 seconds on screen time and is portrayed, if not accurately, hint, he's not, at least respectfully, and that he's not a lumbering ... like the rest of the characters. So, I can't give it 5 stars because it's crap. I can't give it 1 star because I had a ball. How about a nice in between 3 stars? 3 out of 5 stars.
I guess opinion. I want to punch this guy.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it is kind of opinion, but I don't fucking like anything. The way he wrote anything.
Yeah.
Like, what a fucking snooty dick.
Fuck SD.
Snooty dick.
I'm good with SD. So we got POSD.
Oh, that spells nothing, so fuck it. All right, so last one. Hopefully one we can agree with. This one is by Danimal.
Yeah.
It's titled A Mind-Altering Exemplar of Animated Italian Bad Taste. I watched this hungover from the events of 666, and it was positively delightful. I thought the Mucho Gusto song, in which fat, drunken, sombrero-clad Mexican mice sing in stereotypical Mexican accents about having a good time, was particularly fine example of gaucherie. But more than historical inaccuracies and unapologetic anachronisms, this film is distinguished by its inability to sustain a sad or tragic mood for more than 30 seconds at a time without introducing some piece of corny and or incomprehensible goofiness onto the screen. Also, the racial caricatures are an especially tasteless addition to this movie that manages to plagiarize James Cameron's Titanic, Cinderella, American Tail, and Lady of the Tramp, that's a new one, that defines hodgepodge. In many ways, this film looks like it was a product of a third grader's imagination and naivete. Events are all strung together by the most tenuous and illogical of associations. Sometimes it really seems this film is not just the result of lazy or talentless scriptwriters. It is the efforts of individuals with fundamentally immature understandings of the workings of the world. The Italian storyboarders probably thought to themselves, it's for kids, so it doesn't need to be coherent. I can't wait to see the sequel drop. September 11th, the tragedy continues. September 11th, the legend continues, in which cute animals trapped in a burning World Trade Center help to save the day by assisting in the evacuation of two lovelorn financial analysts whose sentiments are brought into the crisp focus by tragic backdrop. Who says tragedies cannot be made palatable for youngsters by the insertion of adorable mice, dogs, and historical inaccuracies? 5 out of 5.
Asshole.
Fucking fuck.
Yeah, like all these people, I just want to fucking push down a flight of stairs.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
That's how I felt about The Crow. It's like, I didn't like that crow. And I would have pushed down a flight of stairs, but I could fly, so I got to hold it underwater.
Would you have been happier if The Crow had sunglasses and kind of like a Jamaican accent to it? Did they have Jamaican accents?
Maybe. What do you want?
The Crow is from Dumbo.
No,
those were
those were fucking Jamaican.
Well, I don't know, but I done seen a lot of them there.
Well, let me tell you something, Danny Money. I got some crazy Jamaican accent you ain't never done seen.
I sure know that elephant can't done fly here. Horrible. Horrible.
Is that what you think Jamaican people sound like?
I couldn't remember, and it's Disney, so he could have maybe thought that's what Jamaican
Oh
sounded
my
like.
god! We're doing it. We're remaking Cool Runnings. We're giving it the Danny Money cut. Because apparently that's what you think Jamaicans sound like.
I don't know, John Candy. This is some crazy stuff we going into. Mm-hmm.
Jamaican on ice, but I never. Fucking, I gotta kill myself later now. Great. All right, so why would you make this film, right? That's what I have here.
To hope someone accidentally picks this up instead of
I guess
Titanic.
It must be. I don't know why it was. The only thing I can tell you is that this movie was made by Titanic Cartoon Productions, the first and only thing that production company has ever done.
They made a production studio solely for this movie.
Which leads me to believe they thought this was going to be a big hit and that they can do more Titanic movies.
But why would this be The Legend Continues? Why wouldn't this be Titanic and then like Highlander, and then Highlander, The Legend Continues, and Highlander.
Come on, why wasn't it Titanic and then Titanic? There can only be one, and then Titanic Endgame, and
and then Titanic, the one that has Edge in it, and
nobody knows which one that is.
That was like 12.
I think it was Endgame.
And then there's also the Titanic TV show, which starred a different Titanic McCloud.
A different Dolph Lundgren. So I mean, I'm sorry. I know that's what we're supposed to do, but I don't fucking really know why this was made at all. I have no fucking clue. The only thing I can tell you, even slightly, which is just to basically give you insight on the Italian, Hollywood ideology of Hollywood, which is the guy who played Detective Sam, Mickey Knox. Mm-hmm. He played the character of mob boss, not important, in the film Il Burattinaio. Il Burattinaio, which translates to the Puppet Master, but that's not what it was called in America. It was actually called First Action Hero.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which came out after Last Action Hero. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The title of the film, or the tagline of the film was, "First there was the last. Now there is the ... First Action Hero."
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And just to give you a small idea, in case you might be interested in seeing the First Action Hero, the The key plot tags are, some of them are gang war, shootout in church, spear gun, wrestling, and cheese. Just a couple of them. Just a few of them in case you're interested. Yeah. Just in case you might be slightly interested. Those things happen there. All right, so that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. We're done. Please join us next time for the 2004 dramatic romantic comedy Tiptoes, starring Gary Oldman and Kate Beckinsale.
You just suddenly because I
Yeah. I told you guys to send me shit you wanted to do. You sent me the fucking video of Gary Oldman.
I wasn't like, holy shit, we gotta do this. I was just like, holy shit, this is a thing.
That's why we do that. Because holy shit, why would you make this?
Yeah.
And why would you make Gary Oldman play a midget?
Oh, God.
That's what we're watching.
Dude, you just gotta...
Matthew McConaughey falls in love with a girl, and they decide we're gonna get married, which means we're gonna have kids, which means you should know that I have a genetic history of being the only normal in an entire midget family.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be complicated.
I think I vaguely remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiptoes.
Tiptoes, yeah.
Tiptoes.
Or the much more offensive original title, Tiny Tiptoes.
No.
Oh, batshit. Yeah, so join us for that next time. Hey, please go to wwYMT.com to keep up everything. Why would you make this? You can download episodes for absolutely for free and just listen to them too. You don't have to download them. You can just listen to them live there. If you don't want to go to the website for some reason, you can search Why Would You Make This on iTunes and your podcast app, wherever you get podcasts. You can also search Why Would You Make This on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. So many ways to keep up with us. VictoryProWrestling.com. How's the King of New York doing over there?
I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, you won. You won the King. You won the tournament.
I won the
You're the
tournament.
brand new King of New York.
I'm
First
wearing the
ever
crown.
two-time, right?
No.
Oh, no?
You know, EJ won.
Oh, I forgot that.
fucking-
That's right.
That piece of
That's
garbage.
okay. No, he paved the way. He's good. He's a good guy.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah, King of New York, and next show is going to be March 5th. Center Reach, the 10-year anniversary show,
Uh-oh.
and you will see the King of New York go for the VPW Championship. I'm going for it. Main
Yeah?
event
You doing it?
versus Kai Katana,
You going after
King
it?
of New York. Going for it.
baby,
Yeah.
yeah. That's good, man. That's
Yeah.
cool, man. Yeah, I mean, obviously you wouldn't challenge me. You think you
Yeah.
could take him? You think you could take him?
I beat him in the
Okay.
finals, didn't I?
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Wait, why was the... Oh, that's unrelated. I was going to say, why was the champion in the tournament? Doesn't have anything to do with the
No,
title.
no, they're two
unrelated,
separate.
unrelated.
They're
Yeah,
two
no,
separate.
it wasn't like a... Yeah.
But hey, I beat him, so I get the title shot. That's how...
That's... You basically... You should get 2 title shots. Yeah. All right, so that's VictoryProWrestling.com for tickets and information.
Yeah, they're actually selling tickets online. Like, they just
I
went on sale
I
today.
think they actually might have already sold out of the first row.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
I think they may have. Yeah, I was on the website earlier today, and I saw they're like, we're almost done with first row. I was like, wow.
For real?
Yeah, I'm dead
Yeah,
serious.
that's
I was
what's
like,
up.
get the fuck out of here.
I don't know what they're gonna... We were standing room only at the King of New York.
You gotta get a bigger venue, dude.
So they were like, well, we're gonna have to pull the guardrails in closer to fit more people. We're like, what?
That's the one.
That sounds safe.
Don't miss that out, man. When's the next one again? March what?
March 5th.
5th. Coming up. All right, Troy McClure quote comes from me, Jimmy Time. You know, that's what I do. If you would like to send us your own Troy McClure ideas, or if you have any movies you'd like to us review, feel free to send it to either whydrakeis.com, Facebook, Tumblr, whatever you feel comfortable with. Our intro music is Falling Off Your Love by Kill Paris, and taking us out today will be Party Time. That's sung by the rapping dog cop from earlier today. Yeah, it's in there. I don't know if you I don't know what the YouTube version of what you guys watch, but at the end they have the credits, and after the credits they play all the songs again.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, the movie's over.
Yeah, all 3 songs they play again at the end of the credits, so you can hear them like perfectly without like.
No, I was
Oh,
not.
yeah, no, I
I was
didn't
not
stick
interested in sticking around.
Well, there you go. All right, so for Danny Money and Jay Delta, I am Jimmy Time, and please remember that without the mistakes of others, we'd be forced to endure the pain of failure ourselves. Support the arts.
Ruff, I'm Poochie the Rockin' Dog.
If it hadn't been for you, I would be now in someone else's digestion.
You know there's something you should know, so I'm gonna tell you so. Don't sweat it, forget it, enjoy the show. Working all day, now it's time to unwind. Kick back, relax, take a load off your mind. I'll be busting the moves and I'll be busting the rhymes. We'll be busting up laughing cause it's party time. cause it's party time. Party time, party time. Everybody's feeling fine cause it's party time. Party time, party time. Everybody's feeling fine cause it's party time. Party time, party time. Everybody's feeling fine cause it's party time. Party time, party time. Everybody's feeling fine cause it's party time. Well, just leave your troubles at the door, leave your worries behind, leave the rest up to me, you're gonna like what you find. I'll be busting the moves and I'll be busting the rhymes. We'll be busting up laughing cause it's party time. Party time, it's party time. Everybody's feeling fine cause it's party time. Party time, party time. Everybody's feeling fine cause it's party time. Party time, party time. Everybody's feeling fine cause it's party time. Party time, party time. Everybody's feeling fine cause it's party time. Party time, party time. Everybody's feeling fine cause it's party time. Party time, party time. Everybody's feeling fine cause it's party time. Party time. It's party time.
Hey, Poochie, you look like you've got something to say. Do you?
Yes, I certainly do. I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Wow, Poochie came from another planet? I guess.
The preceding recording is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Why Would You Make This, its owners, employees, or associates.